Hey, what's up YouTube? My Big Thing 2010, and today I'm going to show you how to make a self-watering container or portable garden that only cost 88 cents, minus the couple pennies for a couple of seeds and some potting mix or some dirt from your backyard. Preferably some organic potting mix with some sort of nutrient table added. But what you're going to need first is you're going to need one of these. Okay, now this one I painted white, and you're going to want, this was originally a clear container. It's a Sterilite, I wrote it down. It's a Sterilite 5 quart 5.7 liter. It's 14 by 8 by 4 and 7/8. Okay, it's just you'll find this in like the Rubbermaid container section of your local Wally World. It's 88 cents with the lid. Okay, but I bought 4 of them. 2 of them were like a see-through kind of teal blue color, and 2 of them were a see-through clear standard Rubbermaid. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you can kind of see that it's see-through there. And when I spin it around, you can see that I've painted it. What you're also going to want to do, if you want to spend a couple extra bucks, you can buy the 97-cent a can spray paint. It'll work perfectly fine. I suggest maybe roughing up the surface with, some scrap sandpaper or something laying around so the paint will stick a little better. But if you buy the Rust-Oleum Fusion, or is it Krylon Fusion? Rust-Oleum makes one too. It says for plastics, no priming, sanding needed. It actually will bond to the plastic. However, don't use it when it gets old because it will start to flake off, and I'll show you that in a minute because I had some old cans laying around. They didn't work out, but the new can that I bought worked out perfect. I just didn't get, I got three lids and 3 containers out of 1 can. So keep that in mind. You're going to have to do a couple coats. Don't try to do it all in one shot because it ain't going to work. And the main reason for wanting to paint this is going to be obviously your container for your garden. Now, you're not going to stick dirt and plants in this. I'll show you how to do it in just a second, but you're going to have water in this because it's going to be a self-watering system, and you're going to want to not have sun in here because you're not going to want to burn the bottom of the roots of your plants, and you're also not going to want to add to algae development, so you're going to want to block the sun out of the inside of this container. That's the first part of it. So the next thing you're going to need is a 2-liter soda bottle, and everybody's got these laying around, so this is completely free. If you don't have a 2-liter soda bottle, ask a friend or a family member for, a half dozen of them before they throw them away. Have them save them for you or something. This sure beats the hell out of plastic going to the landfill and sitting there for the next, 40 years and not decomposing or ending up in our oceans, lakes, rivers, and streams and creeks. Okay, so try to repurpose things before you throw them away. My dad kind of got that instilled in me when I was a young kid. I wasn't allowed to leave the table until I finished what I took, and I was told not to take what I could not finish. And he instilled a frugal mindset, even when it comes down to scrap lumber materials and lawn clippings. I mean, we didn't waste anything, guys. So you're going to need a 2-liter bottle, and what you're going to do is on the 2-liter bottle, around the threads, this is the completed product, we'll say, but around the threads right here, around the threads, you're going to drill 4 holes, all right, all the way around. And the easiest way is to sink your drill bit in, and once it gets through the first hole, kind of line it up on the other side, pull the trigger again, and go straight through. So you have 4 holes that are directly across from each other. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of cotton cloth and double it up. In this case, this was an old t-shirt. All right, I just doubled it over because it was kind of a thin material. I put it over the top of this and zip tied it real tight underneath that ridge that's on the bottle. Everyone knows what a soda bottle looks like. Next thing I did was I put a layer of painter's tape around where you see the duct tape here, and I painted the whole entire bottle from here to here, okay, because you're going to cut the bottom of the bottle off. So This paint was old, so it didn't stick that good, so I had to resort to duct tape. Fixes everything, guys. But so what you're gonna do is you're gonna optimally want, and I'll show you one that I have painted. You're gonna want it to look like the one I'm gonna show you in a minute. You don't duct tape it unless you have to. I mean, this will work, and I am going to use it. I'm not throwing this away. You're gonna want this part of the bottle blocked from the sun, so the sun doesn't burn the roots of your plant. And around the bottom of the tape line, it's about 3.5 inches from here to here. Okay, so about 3.5 inches from the very top of the bottle mouth to where the shoulder of the bottle is. You're going to want to drill 3 to 4 holes. And I don't know, I just grabbed a drill bit that looked all right. You don't need any specific size. You can just kind of eyeball it. You don't want a huge hole because you'll have soil running out, okay? But you don't want such a small hole that water can't come out of it either if it gets clogged up with, you know, organic debris in your mix. So you want a decent sized hole. So if you're going to have this outside and it does rain, what's going to happen is the water will collect in the top and it'll drain out here. But if it's not raining, this will be sitting in the container in a pool of water, and it will wick up the water as it needs water. So you're going to want an overflow hole in your container. Okay, I need a stand here or something. But you're going to want an overflow hole in your container about 2 inches off the bottom of the container. Okay, now you'll see these containers are shaped weird. All right, so don't measure from the outside because this is going to give you a false measurement. You'll see that this lip is lower than the actual bottom of the container where your bottle will be sitting. So measure from the inside where your bottle will bottom out, about 2 inches up, and then pop a drain hole in this container. That will allow excess water that accumulates to go ahead and squirt out the side and not drown your plants or get so high that it covers the drain hole in your bottle, and then your plants don't have a chance to get rid of that excess water, and you end up rotting the roots away. So what you're going to do with the lid is you're going to drill 2 holes. Preferably if you have a hole saw kit, it'll make it really easy. I had almost the correct size. The correct size is 4 3/4 inches. I'll annotate it here. I'll measure it and annotate it. I'll give you the right size. But I almost had the right size. I was like a 1/4 inch off, so I had to use a Dremel wheel to make the hole bigger, so it does look kind of sloppy, but it still works. So here's the premise. You put water in the container, you put the lid on the container, okay? So you got your container here now with 2 holes in it. You take 2 of these bottles, and what you're going to do is you're going to take your potting mix and wet it. Wet it really good so it's like a nasty mud, okay? You're also going to want this cloth wet before you do it. So wet this cloth down with some spring water. Don't use chlorinated tap water or tap water from the city because it will kill your plants. It will build up in the soil and it will hurt the roots, and it's just not the optimal thing to do. If you only have a couple of these, I mean, you can buy that Gerber gallon spring water stuff that they sell for babies for like 80 cents at Walmart. It's actually cheaper than the Walmart brand. So there's another tip for you. But try to use spring water, or rainwater is free. So set up a water catchment station somewhere out in your backyard and use rainwater. That's what I do because I don't like buying water. So what you're going to do is you're going to take really wet potting soil and you're going to kind of chuck it in there pretty hard and make sure, and then pack it. And you're going to pack it so it's touching this cloth. You're going to pack it real tough, and then you're going to fill the rest up, you know, wherever you need to. If you're planting a plant that already has roots, you know, everyone kind of knows how to make a hole and stick a plant in and then cover it up with soil. That's what you're going to do. You're going to treat this bottle like you would any other, you know, pot. Just kind of like you're transferring a small plant to a bigger vessel to allow the plant to grow. Same kind of concept here. And then you're going to stick it in here, and you're going to stand it up, and there's going to be 2 of them. I'll show you in a minute what the finished product looks like. So You're going to have your drain hole, you're going to have your wicking holes in your bottle, and then you're going to have your drain holes in your bottle, and then you're going to have, you know, your plants in the top. For 88 cents, guys, you can start growing your own food. You can use these for anything. Now, one thing I do want to mention, you don't have to go with this size. You can get the bigger containers that are much longer and much wider, but just about as deep, and do 8 bottles, you know, 4 in the back and 4 in the front. You can do so many things with this concept. This is just one way that's very affordable, cheap, and easy to do that I wanted to show you guys to kind of get you into it. So once you have your plant and everything in here, you're going to want to make sure that you have 2 inches of water, and then you're just going to set this out in the sun, or set it underneath your grow lights if you have a grow light set up. And I'll show you a completed one right now. I have 4 strawberry plants in it, but you can do whatever you want. You can do peppers in here. You can do loose leaf like spring mix or spicy mix lettuces. You could do, I mean, you could do carrots and stuff in here too. You just couldn't do like a lot of them because you don't have a big circumference. But if you got a bigger planting container and a bigger one of these, I mean, the sky's kind of the limit. The premise is the same. You just have to use your imagination on the different types of containers and how to put one together. You can do your tomatoes in here. You can do peppers, sweet peppers, bell peppers, strawberries. You can get a blackberry bush going pretty good in one of these till it's ready to be transplanted into a bigger system. There's just so much you can do with one of these guys, and literally it's less than $1. All it takes is a little bit of work ethic, and you can start putting organic food in your belly for pennies compared to what it would cost in the store. Not to mention that you can pick it straight off the plant and eat it right away and get the most benefits from that food that you just can't do anywhere else, not even Whole Foods. I mean, that stuff is packaged, shipped, sits on the shelves. I mean, it's losing nutrients that whole time. So if you're going to go and eat kale, why not eat kale out of one of these that you picked that same hour and get the most nutrition out of it that you can? Anyway, that's just a separate rant. But I'm going to show you guys what the finished product looks like, and I hope you liked the video. Hope this gave you some ideas, and hope you guys can get some plants in the ground and start putting some good food in your fridge. Hang in there. Alright guys, so here's the finished product. Sorry about kicking the tripod around there. There's the finished product. Now I have 2 strawberry plants in each side. Alright, I just got this kind of sitting in my little seed start area. I still have a lot more to do, but this will keep me busy for now, especially with my personal life stuff I got going on. But anyway, 2 strawberry plants in each side. I didn't put a drain hole in yet because they're still inside because I'm just getting these going right now. Okay, and I painted everything and it all matches. So you could do whatever you wanted as far as colors, making it pretty. You know, the sky is really the limit when it comes to that. But let me go ahead and get you off the tripod here, and if it jostles, I'm sorry. But seriously, guys, this is it's a pretty smart idea, and if you want to learn more about this kind of thing, and want to check out Larry Hall's channel, he's pretty damn smart, and he comes up with some really ingenious ideas on self-watering type systems that you kind of just set it and forget it. So you want to check out his things. I'll leave his info if you click see more below, I'll leave a link to his channel so you can go check out his awesome videos. But I know people are going to ask, so before they do, I'll just let you know. These are 3-day-old seeds from seed. Okay, these are not seedlings or anything I bought at the store. These are radishes that are 3 days old, and they're already starting to sprout. Look at that, guys. I just think it's amazing when you throw something in the dirt and you put water on it that you actually get food. I don't know. I've always been amazed by that. since I was a little kid. And if you ask most kids nowadays where their food comes from, they're going to tell you a drive-through or the store. They won't be able to tell you that it actually happens like this. So to get kids into this, even with a system like this that'll actually uh, give you good results and won't discourage them, I highly suggest this as a family project or to get kids into gardening. That's an awesome idea to do with something like this. So anyway, these are all radishes. They've been in the dirt for 3 days and they're already popping up. From let's see, this is black diamond watermelons. These are moon and star watermelons. These are cucumbers, and they're 4 days old, and they started to sprout up today. So that's a cucumber. Oops, that's a cucumber. That's a cucumber. Then the next one down here, this one is that's zucchini. Zucchini. And I forgot. That's why I put tags on these, because they all look the same. Okay, yeah, these are my green beans. And check this out, guys. I already got a green bean sprouting. That's 5 days old. 4 or 5 days old. And in the back there, those two round ones are dill. These 4 trays here are a spicy mix lettuce. They're a little leggy, but they sprouted after a day and a half. They've been going strong. And then I have 2 cells here of Super Sweet 100 cherry tomatoes and 2 cells of boxcar tomatoes. So, and strawberries here. I have another 6 strawberry plants I have to get done. But that's just kind of a little bit of what I got going on going on now. But I know I need to do a lot more. But anyway, guys, that's the self-watering 88-cent garden, basically. I mean, I have 2. That's going to be a 3rd one. And, well, yeah, that's going to be my 4th one. So there's going to be 4 of these all together. And I'm going to do all sorts of stuff in them, guys. It allows you to pick them up, move them around, move them in and out of the sun. If you're in a neighborhood where your neighbors aren't the greatest people on the planet, that's a great way to go ahead and take your stuff inside and out. Also, in the spring, when the weather is questionable, you can bring these in the house and you don't have to sacrifice your plants to the cold. So this is a great way to keep plants mobile, but also get the plants to actually produce something worth talking about. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions on this, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And if you want to see more examples of this kind of system, go ahead and check out the link for Larry Hall's channel. Larry, if you're watching this, thanks a lot for the idea. I really appreciate it. And this is going to go a long way in this household, as it has in thousands and thousands of others. So anyway, guys, this is my big thing 2010. Really appreciate you watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one shortly. Later, guys.